We got bought by an American company, and they came to the table, basically tried to strong arm us, and told us, here's the deal. You guys don't like it, take it or leave it.
We are going to fight. We are going to escalate this dispute if necessary.
The employer wants to make sure that those good jobs remain uncertain and not with us.
I absolutely think that they're union busting. There's no question about it.
They want to be in control of everything that goes on.
They wanted to change seniority rights. They wanted to be able to lay us off and contract our work out.
If we sign this agreement that we agree to them outsourcing our work, we would be out of jobs.
So they just be able to lay us off at will and then bring in contract work in order to fill our jobs.
We just can't go for that.
Good jobs mean everything to Windsor. That money that we make here goes back into the community.
It's been a major employer with very well-paying jobs that people have strived to work at. And the better paying jobs you can get, the better the community is.
They fought for 60 years, every 3 years for the last 60 to get where we are today, and they want us to basically just cancel all of that. It's hard for everyone, and especially with COVID the last 3 years. Well, everything's gone up. Mortgages have gone up, interest rates, food, groceries, right? Like, we have good jobs here, but now you're putting us out on the street.
We don't need a bunch of employers that want to pay minimum wage. We need people that are going to pay decent wages so that the economy of Windsor-Essex stays going good.
This is a time to stand up and do what's right, fight for what's right.
We definitely have to hold this line. We know that it's more than just this negotiation with Stone Canyon and Windsor Salt. If we hold our ground, it's going to make it easier for future. I didn't know a lot about unions before I started working here. I've never seen a group of coworkers come together more than I have during this time. We have each other's back when our managers don't, and it's been fantastic.
Windsor is a union community. We've had overwhelming support.
All of those people and businesses in Windsor who have come by the picket line, that is another message from this community, that they will support these workers.
I think that they kind of miscalculated on that.
We've got a message for the hedge fund owners. Drop the concessions.
Get back to the table.
And negotiate a fair deal.
Make sure that those jobs remain with Unifor, with our members, with these locals in Windsor.
And we're going to fight until we win that fair collective agreement for all of you. Solidarity, everybody.
So,